Hello, my name is Jonathan. I'm the campus pastor at Christ Church Vernon Hills. Get to be with you for this devotional. We are in John chapter 14, verses 1 through 14. We're going to walk through the text a little bit, make a few observations of things that have been helpful to me in my own life. So John chapter 14, verses 1 through 14. So I want to start off by asking a question, which is, how do you trust God when he seems absent? How do you trust God when he seems absent? I've got a story of when I was in high school and I was on a part of a football team and we were out on a hiking adventure with some friends. And while we were out on the adventure, the coach, some of my fellow teammates started to fall behind and our coach just left them. And he's like, well, if they fall behind, they stay behind. Terrible coaching, right? But I stayed with them and we lost our guide, we lost our coach, and we're stuck out in the wilderness. We ended up not being able to find our group until like 5 a.m. But there was this real fear that came over us when it was like, wow, we've lost our guide. Where is he? Well, paralleling that to when God seems to be absent from us. I'm not sure what that is for you in your life, but I'm sure if you haven't encountered it, you will encounter it, where God seems to be absent. God, where are you in this? Well, the disciples who've been following Jesus and are expecting Jesus to be this great ruler who gives them what they've been wanting for and overthrowing Rome, and they're going to be in positions of power, turns to them and says, hey, by the way, your expectations of me are not what I'm going to do. I am about to leave you. I'm going to go and die on the cross. And then I'm going to leave and then the Holy Spirit's going to come. But he's kind of the beginning of him telling this, that I'm going to leave you. And they're like, wait a minute, what? Why are you leaving? Why is our guide leaving? And Jesus gives them instruction of when it seems that I'm absent, when it seems that I'm not involved in your life, here is the way forward. So again, I don't know if this is you currently in your life or this will be a different time in your life, but when God seems absent, here is a way forward for us. And here it is in one sentence for you. Followers of Jesus are to believe in Jesus and not be shaken, but are to do this by trusting the promises of Jesus, by knowing the person of Jesus, and doing what Jesus says. So I'm going to look at each of those really briefly. Jesus says in verse 1, let not your hearts be troubled. That word for troubled is the idea of water that is shaken and stirred. And it's almost, it's like, okay, I am undone. I'm feeling unsettled. You know how you shake up the water and then it kind of has to like settle? Don't be unsettled. Trust in me. Hang on to me. You do this by believing or trusting the promises. And in this point, he says, I'm going away to heaven to prepare a place for you. And this is our reminder that eternity changes everything. If this is just what matters in this world, then God seeming absent, it'd be like, okay, forget God. But he's saying, no. I'm going because earth is not all that there is. Eternity changes everything. You will be with me one day. Do we really believe that? If we believe that eternity changes everything, then that's part of how we are able to hold on and trust the promises of Jesus. So that's kind of the first couple of verses that he has in here. The next couple of verses, he says, where you're going, you can't join me right away. And they say, well, what is the way? And he says, I am the way, the truth, the life. We know this. No one comes to the Father except through me. It's an important text. We could dive into a lot about that. But one aspect of that I feel like is important for us is it is about I am the way. It's not, okay, go up to the street, turn left, turn right. And it's like, follow me. There is a relationship. Hey, when I seem absent from you, believe that and trust the promises of what I've told you, and then look to me who is the way. There is a relationship that when we know God well, that is part of what grounds us, even when he seems absent. So if we want to follow Jesus and not be shaken, we trust his promises, we follow the person and trust the person because he is the way. And then the third thing is we do the works of Jesus. Again, it's kind of verses 12 through 14, the end of there, but he says, hey, if you really believe in me, if you really trust me, do the works that I do. Sometimes when we're struggling with, okay, God seems absent, what do I do? Sometimes it's good to faithfully obey the things that we know we're supposed to do. Now this obedience, doing the works, I think we kind of know, this is doing what we're supposed to do, is rooted though in the relationship and in the promises that we have from him. This is good works born out of acceptance, not good works born out of or done for acceptance, right? Subtle difference, but a huge difference. If we really want to trust God, if we really want to believe him, if we really want to follow him, if we really want to know him, we can do the works that he asks us to do, even when he feels absent. But we do it not because we're trying to earn something, but because of the gospel that reminds us of what he has done for us. It's one of the ways we help. So I don't know where you are in your life, but I pray this could be an encouragement to you. If you're feeling shaken, if you're feeling like God is absent, 3 easy steps for us are to believe in his promises, right? To trust and know the person, pursue him, not just the things about him, and to do the things that he's asked us to do. And those 2 things will help carry us through when he seems absent. Pray this is an encouragement to you. Thank you.